All right, ready to ditch those Pinterest boards and actually plan that Bali trip?
Sounds good to me.
Today, we're diving deep into this awesome video travel guide.
Awesome.
It's full of insider tips, so it's kind of like having a local whisper all the secrets, you know,
Oh, I like that.
to having like a real experience in Bali, not just, the typical tourist thing with a selfie stick.
Yeah, yeah. And what I think is so cool is that this guide really stresses, like, how important it is to do your research, like, before you even go.
That's so true.
You really got to think about, like, what kind of Bali experience are you looking for?
Yeah.
Do you want to be, on the beach? Or are you more of like a rice paddy kind of person?
Oh, totally.
Do you want to go out, like, to all the clubs and stuff? Or are you looking for something a little more, like, peaceful and spiritual?
Yeah, because there's so many choices in Bali. It's kind of overwhelming.
Right.
Speaking of choices, let's talk about where to stay.
Okay.
This guide focuses on two main areas,
Right.
Seminyak and Ubud. Seminyak sounds like the place to be if you're like looking for that energy.
Yeah.
Beach clubs, cocktails at sunset, a
Yeah.
really vibrant nightlife.
Seminyak definitely has that, like, buzzing energy.
Yeah.
Lots going on. Ubud, on the other hand, it's like tucked away in all this greenery.
Oh, nice.
And it's got this peaceful, almost spiritual atmosphere.
Oh, wow.
The guide mentions there's this hidden meditation center there
Really?
that a lot of the Balinese healers go to.
That's so cool.
So if you're looking for, like, a really authentic, spiritual experience,
yeah.
Ubud might be the place for you.
Okay, that sounds amazing. All right, get this. Bali has over 20,000 temples.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That's a lot of temples.
So the guide highlights a few that you really can't miss, and we're going to give you like a rapid-fire overview here.
Okay, let's do it.
So first up is Uluwatu Temple.
Okay.
And the guide paints this amazing picture of it. It's perched on this cliff
Oh, wow.
overlooking the Indian Ocean.
Oh, the views.
And it's especially beautiful at sunset.
I bet.
And then there's the Kikak fire dance. Have you heard of that?
I have, yeah.
It's like this traditional Balinese dance.
Oh, cool.
They have all this chanting and these really intricate movements.
Wow.
And apparently it's like mesmerizing to watch.
I can imagine.
Then there's Tanah Temple.
Right.
Another like iconic seaside temple.
Okay.
Also best viewed at sunset.
Another sunset one.
Nice.
The pictures in the guide are amazing.
Oh, I bet.
So definitely going to be a lot of Instagram-worthy moments there.
Oh, I can only imagine, yeah.
Next up, the Tigalang Rice Terraces.
Oh, nice.
This is a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Wow.
I'm already picturing those, the rice paddies cascading down.
Oh, yeah.
That bright green. So pretty.
Beautiful.
But the guide suggests going early or late in the day to avoid the crowds.
Oh, that's a good tip.
Yeah. And pack a hat and sunscreen because apparently the sun is strong in Bali.
It's intense. Now, if you're looking for like a little bit of adventure,
Yeah.
the Bali swing is a must-do.
Oh, the Bali swing.
Have you seen pictures?
I've seen pictures.
They're
It's
like soaring over these amazing jungle views.
so cool.
And the guide actually recommends a specific spot
Oh, perfect.
that's known for like the best views, and they've got really good swings, so.
Well maintained. That's important.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, what's next?
Okay, this next one sounds really interesting.
Okay.
The Sacred Monkey Forest Sanctuary.
Okay.
This is in Ubud.
Ubud. Right
And you're
there.
basically surrounded by all these monkeys.
Oh, wow.
And there's ancient ruins
Cool.
and all this lush greenery. But, funny story, the guide says that the monkeys are kind of notorious for stealing sunglasses.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Maybe pack a spare pair, just in case.
Good advice.
And for those who are real thrill seekers, there's Mount Batur,
Oh, cool.
which is an active volcano.
Wow.
The guide recommends doing a sunrise hike to get the best views from the summit. It's a little bit of a challenge, but apparently worth it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Next up is Goa Gaja,
Okay.
also known as the Elephant Cave.
Elephant Cave. Okay.
So this is an ancient site. It dates back to the 9th century.
wow.
It's got all these intricate carvings
That's amazing.
and a bathing pool.
Really?
So much history there.
So cool.
And then we can't forget Basaki Temple.
Okay.
It's often called the Mother Temple of Bali.
Wow.
It's the largest and the holiest temple on the island.
Oh, wow.
And the guide says it's like a real glimpse into Balinese spirituality.
That's amazing.
Then there's Kintamani.
Kintamani.
So this is a highland region, and it's got these stunning views of Mount Batur and Lake Batur.
beautiful.
The guide suggests, like, having lunch there to really take in the scenery and
Oh,
even recommends a specific restaurant with, panoramic views.
perfect.
And of course, you can't go to Bali without visiting Seminyak Beach. It's got that whole, like, vibrant beach culture, you know?
Oh,
The,
no.
the guide captures it perfectly. Sunsets, beach clubs, tons of dining options.
That sounds amazing.
So now that you have a sense of all the amazing places you can see, let's dive into the guide's suggested 48-hour itinerary.
Oh, perfect. I love a good itinerary.
It's packed with, like, insider tips to really make the most of your time.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, so we'll start at Uluwatu Temple, of course.
Yes.
Catch that magical golden hour and the Kikak fire dance.
Yes.
Remember, the guide recommends booking tickets ahead of time
Oh, smart.
because it's really popular.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Then it's off to the Tegalanlang rice terraces. Remember the hat and the sunscreen.
Right.
But the guide also suggests checking out the villages around there
Oh,
to get a more, like, authentic experience.
Yeah, yeah.
Then it's on to Tiganungan Waterfall.
All right.
You can actually take a dip in the water there.
Oh, that sounds nice.
The guide says it's super lush and beautiful around there.
Oh, I bet.
Like the perfect place to relax, before you keep going.
Let me charge a little bit. Yeah.
Then, while you're in Ubud, the guide says you have to check out the Ubud Art Market.
Okay, the art market.
And actually, they suggest taking a local handicraft workshop there.
Yeah, cool.
So you can learn about, like, the traditional art forms.
That's a great idea.
And maybe even make your own souvenir.
I love that.
Okay, and to wrap up this whirlwind 48 hours,
Okay.
the guide recommends heading to Jimbaran Bay.
Jimbaran Bay, okay.
It sounds really special.
Yeah.
Imagine fresh seafood, your toes in the sand,
Oh, yeah.
and that unforgettable sunset.
That's amazing.
The guide suggests this particular seafood restaurant
Okay.
that's known for, like, amazing food and a great atmosphere.
Perfect.
Seems like the perfect ending to your Bali adventure.
Oh, totally.
Right.
Oh, and we can't forget about the food.
Oh, the food!
Right.
This guide, it really does not disappoint when it comes to the food scene.
It's amazing.
It calls Bali a culinary paradise.
It is.
And for good reason.
Yeah.
So many amazing things to try.
What are some of the must-tries?
Okay, so first of all, you have to try nasi goreng.
Oh,
It's that fried rice.
Oh.
So flavorful.
so good. And mee goreng.
Oh, yes. The noodles.
The fried noodles. So good.
So good.
Have you had sat lilit?
No, tell me about it.
It's like a minced fish satay. And it's just, it's bursting with all the Balinese spices.
Oh, that sounds incredible.
It's really good.
The guide actually recommends this place called Warung Babi Guling
Okay.
for their roast suckling pig. Apparently, it's legendary.
Wow. We got to check that out.
And I love that they also suggest, like, exploring the local markets.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
For all the street food.
The street food is incredible. They talked about the sat lilit at the markets.
Yeah.
And it's made with like minced fish, but they blend it with coconut and spices.
Oh, my gosh.
So good.
Okay, so beyond the beaches and the food,
Yeah.
the guide dives into Bali's, like, cultural and wellness offerings.
Yeah.
And one that really stood out to me was Tirtha Empul.
Okay.
Have you heard of this?
I have, yeah.
It's that sacred water temple. It's known for its holy spring water.
And this is where things get really interesting. Right?
Yes. Tell me more.
So locals go there for purification rituals.
Wow.
And the guide actually suggests, like, if you're open to it,
Yeah.
participating.
Oh, wow.
It could be a really immersive experience.
I love that.
But they do emphasize, like, being really respectful, obviously,
Of course.
of the local customs, wearing a sarong properly and all of that.
Yeah. So tell me more about, like, the purification ritual itself. What do you actually do?
So from what I understand, you basically cleanse yourself in each of the fountains.
Oh, wow.
And like as you're going through, you're, making a wish or saying a prayer.
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
Very spiritual, very rejuvenating, I think.
Yeah, that's incredible. And it really ties into, like, Bali's whole wellness culture.
Totally, yeah.
The guide talks about, maybe exploring yoga classes
Yeah.
or meditation retreats, especially in Ubud,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
to, like, really unwind,
Right.
reconnect.
There's actually a specific yoga retreat center in Ubud that they mention
Oh, really?
that's surrounded by rice paddies, and they have like daily yoga and meditation.
Oh my gosh, that sounds incredible.
I know, right?
Okay, so let's get down to, like, the practical stuff.
Okay.
When is the best time to experience all of this Balinese magic?
Right. Well, the guide recommends the dry season.
Okay.
which runs from April to October.
Okay.
That's when you'll get the most optimal weather conditions.
Makes sense. Sunny skies, low humidity.
Exactly.
Perfect for exploring all those temples and rice paddies and waterfalls.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing that also means it's like peak tourist season.
It is. It is
Right.
peak tourist season, so the guide suggests maybe considering the shoulder seasons.
Okay.
So like April to June,
Okay.
and then September to October. You might be able to save a little bit of money
Oh, nice.
on flights and accommodations.
Yeah.
You'll still have really pleasant weather,
Yeah,
but potentially fewer crowds.
that's a good tip.
And they also recommend utilizing those fare comparison tools
Oh, yeah.
to try to snag those cheaper airfares.
Smart.
And be flexible with your dates,
Oh, yeah.
if you can. And for accommodations, they actually list several budget-friendly resorts
Oh, perfect.
that don't sacrifice comfort.
Okay, that's important.
Right. One that caught my eye was resort name, especially if you're interested in that like peaceful retreat vibe
Oh, yeah.
with the yoga and everything.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah. All right, now let's talk about getting around this beautiful island.
Yes. How do we do it?
So the guide gives you like a really comprehensive overview of all the transportation options,
Okay, lay it on me.
each with, pros and cons.
Yeah.
Scooter rentals are super popular.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You get that freedom and flexibility. You explore at your own pace.
Mm.
But they do stress, safety is key.
Oh, yeah, especially on those roads.
Those winding Balinese roads, yeah.
Yeah.
And they actually recommend a specific shop for rentals.
Oh, perfect.
It's called Shop Name. And they're known for their well-maintained scooters, which is really important.
Yeah.
And they also provide like helpful safety tips and all of that.
Oh, good.
Now, if you're doing like longer trips or you're
Yes.
traveling with a group of people,
Yeah.
they suggest hiring a private driver.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And they can even act as like guides,
Oh, wow.
share some local insights, and they handle all the, sometimes chaotic roads for you.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and they give you a price range so you can kind of budget accordingly. They also highly recommend taxis and ride-sharing apps
Okay.
like Grab and Gojek
Oh, yeah, those are great.
for reliability, transparent pricing, no more haggling.
Yeah, exactly. No more like wondering if you're getting ripped off or not. Perfect.
Now, for our budget-conscious travelers out there are BMOs.
BMOs.
Yeah, those are like local minibuses. They operate on fixed routes.
Okay.
So they're definitely a cheaper option,
Okay.
but maybe a little less comfortable.
Mm.
And they run less frequently. Public buses are also an option, but the routes and the schedules can be a little limited.
Yeah, makes sense.
The guide points out that walking is a great option for exploring areas like Ubud and Seminac.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
A lot of the attractions are within walking distance. You
Yeah.
can really soak in the atmosphere that way.
Yeah, I love that.
And lastly, they suggest pre-booking airport transfers,
Oh, yeah, that's always a good idea.
just to like save time and hassle.
Yeah.
A lot of the hotels offer shuttle services, or you can arrange for a private driver in advance.
That's always a good idea. Just to start your trip off stress-free.
Exactly. Now, let's dive into this monthly weather guide that the guide provides.
Okay.
So Bali has a tropical monsoon climate, which basically means you've got high temperatures and humidity year-round.
Okay.
We're talking like 22 to 34 degrees Celsius.
Oh, wow.
Hot.
Yeah.
But the key thing to remember is Bali has distinct wet and dry seasons.
Right.
So the wet season runs from November to March,
Okay.
and then the dry season is from April to October.
Perfect.
So let's break it down month by month so you can really plan accordingly.
Let's do it.
Okay, so January.
Mm.
January is the wettest month in Bali.
Okay.
Lots of humidity, frequent downpours, especially in the afternoons.
Okay.
February is pretty similar. It's hot, it's humid, you get those heavy showers.
Yeah.
The guide suggests if you are traveling during these months, maybe head to the northern coast.
Okay.
You might get a few less rainy days. Lavina Beach is a good option.
Okay.
March is when you start to see the transition from wet to dry.
Okay.
So the rain starts to taper off. But the humidity is still kind of lingering.
Yeah.
And the guide reminds us to check the dates for Nyepi, okay, which is the Balinese New Year,
Oh, right.
because a lot of businesses close during this time.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, something to keep in mind if your trip happens to fall during March.
Definitely.
All right, April. April is when the dry season really kicks in.
Okay.
So rainfall decreases, the humidity drops, coastal areas become like the prime destinations.
Oh, yeah.
You get the surfers flocking to spots like Kuta and Canggu.
Oh, yeah.
So if surfing's your thing, April might be a good time for you.
I love that.
May is considered one of the best months to visit, according to the guide.
Okay.
You get lower humidity, really pleasant temperatures, and fewer crowds compared to, like, the peak season.
Oh, nice.
And typically, accommodator prices are a little bit more reasonable, too.
So it's a win-win.
Win-win, exactly. June is even cooler and less humid.
Oh, wow.
Which makes it great for, beach lovers and water enthusiasts. Tourist numbers do start to climb a little bit.
Okay.
But it's still less crowded than July and August.
Oh, okay.
So you're kind of in that sweet spot.
I like it.
Of great weather and manageable crowds.
I love it.
Okay, July and August. This is peak tourist season in Bali.
Okay.
The weather is, like, picture perfect.
Yeah.
But you're going to pay a premium for flights and accommodations.
Okay.
The guide really stresses booking in advance, especially for July.
Yeah.
August is a special month because it includes Indonesian Independence Day on the 17th.
Oh, right.
So that draws a lot of local tourists.
Makes sense.
September offers kind of a nice balance. You get the dry weather, fewer crowds than the peak months, and you might be able to find some lower prices.
Okay.
It's also one of the driest months, so it's perfect for diving.
Oh, nice.
And they highlight some amazing dive sites.
Cool.
And they recommend booking with reputable dive operators.
Yes.
October, the dry season is starting to wind down.
Okay.
You'll see rain increasing towards the end of the month.
Yeah.
Humidity starts to creep back up. It's still a good time to visit. You might just want to pack an umbrella, just in case.
Just in case. Good idea.
November, wet season is back.
Back again.
Increased rainfall,
Okay.
although it's often followed by, like, clear skies.
Okay.
So you might experience a few, like, short, heavy downpours.
Uh,
But then, sunshine.
oh, that's not so bad.
Not so bad, right?
Yeah.
December's the second rainiest month.
Okay.
But it's also a festive time.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas brings in a lot of tourists.
Right.
The guide suggests maybe checking out the Christmas markets.
Oh, fun.
Enjoy that festive atmosphere, even if it's raining a little bit.
I love that. So basically, Bali is a year-round destination.
Pretty much, yeah.
You can go anytime.
Yeah.
Because even during the wet season, you're saying the showers clear up pretty quickly.
They do, yeah. And then you're back to those blue skies.
That iconic Bali blue sky.
Exactly.
And the guide highlights September as, like, the ideal time.
Yeah.
If you want, like, the best combination of good weather and not too many crowds.
Manageable crowds.
Manageable crowds. I like that word. But honestly, it sounds like Bali has something to offer no matter when you go.
Totally.
Wow, I feel like we just took a crash course in all things Bali.
I know, right?
From the culture and the landscapes to the amazing food and even like figuring out the transportation and the whole weather thing.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
But this deep dive, it's all about, like,
Yeah.
getting those, like, most important pieces of information out of that video guide
Exactly.
to help you plan your trip.
Yeah, think of it like your little cheat sheet
Yeah.
to, have that pro Bali experience.
Skip the lines.
Yeah. Skip the lines, avoid the tourist traps.
Hit all the, like, off the beaten path spots.
Yes. That's what we want.
Right. Like, you're a local.
And I love how the guide really shows, like, all the different sides of Bali.
Totally.
You could be chasing sunsets one day.
Yeah.
You could be, like, immersed in these ancient rituals or, like, finding your inner peace at a yoga retreat in the rice paddies.
Seriously. There's something for everyone.
It really is.
Whether you want adventure, relaxation, like, cultural experiences.
Yeah.
Or just, like, a little bit of everything.
It's the perfect destination.
It is.
So as you start planning your Bali trip,
Yeah.
I want you to think about this. What's your Bali story going to be?
Oh, I love that.
Right.
Because, like, now you've got all this information.
Yeah.
The possibilities are endless.
The only thing left to do is book that trip.
Yes.
Safe travels, everyone, and until next time,
Keep exploring.
keep exploring.
Keep